Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview.
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the ground, this is Kamara. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Pulled in at the 24. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Lions will take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And we look now at the Lions offense.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
On the set. Mike 47. Come to my work. We won.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. On the crossing route, complete. It's McCarthy. A very solid gain of 27. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Take four. Flipper.
Now a give running right is Love. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Watch the whip. X3, 218, chop it.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's a fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Bryce Love, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here this first quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw. Brown. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he's taken down inside the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
First down, Saints.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now look at the numbers for Thomas from a week ago. 7 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and goal. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's 2nd and 8. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Now Brown going to throw on third and goal. That's caught. It's Thomas. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. These two teams all tied after one. And Lutz's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Love pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On second down, it's Love. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Number 53, Mike 53. That's a go.
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Love. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And again this time to the tailback. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On the ready. 27, Mike. Mike, 27. Hey, here we go. Deep rip.
They'll look to throw here. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they stop him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So the D-line got the push there against the O-line to stop that quarterback sneak.
A really high percentage call on offense. I think it's the right call. But as you noted, if they didn't get the push, you can't get in there. There's no place for him to go. And that's why the whole play got stuffed.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, If you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
That one goes for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off play action. Brown. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. This is caught. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play?
Let's go. Let's do this. Come on, set. And logo. 61. Matchbox.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
On the carry, it's Love. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On second down now, it's Love. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Lock it. Lock it. Lock the twins. Ready?
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Love. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves them with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
On 3rd down, Love. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Romeo Okwara in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. Brown. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're due to time constraints. We move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with him.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. And even 50 yards on the ground. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A 1st down run not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now a carry here for their fullback. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Love, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Bryce Love with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Brown now on third down. Thomas has got it, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down. Here's Kamara off the draw. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Brown to throw on second down. He gets it to Thomas. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Here's Brown. From the gun, he'll throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Romeo Okwara able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
That's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the third level before you know it.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Here comes the Lions punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. Don't like that.
I just want you to know. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Romeo Okwara in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Running with Kamara. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. Throwing on third and long. Brown nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Romeo Okwara make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Harris now to return. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I'm coming. Switch.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Back now at Ford Field. 2nd and 4. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Brown operating from the gun. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down.
I think when they get back in the huddle, the question will be, why did you throw that one? The coverage was incredible all over him. The only thing you didn't do after he caught the ball as a defender was get his feet in bounds. That should have been a turnover.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Brandon, you know how we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
Topper! Get it!
On first down, Shepard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's McCarthy. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side here with Love. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Watch the safety creep!
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And he'll go down at the 28. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Let's go! 70, Indy! Check, 47. Watch the car! Watch the car! Ready?
Now a play fake here on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Elliott now to add the extra point.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Brown. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd down, it's Shepard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jannard Avery drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Romeo Okwara, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. 2nd and 14. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Romeo Okwara in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Love. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll hand it off. It's Love. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down 24-17. Less than 90 seconds to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Romeo Okwara in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw, and it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.